Sutton Stracke on friendship breakup with Garcelle Beauvais. Sutton Stracke is still reeling from the demise of her friendship with Garcelle Beauvais. After forming a strong friendship on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 10, things fell apart for the ladies at the Season 14 reunion. Garcelle left the reunion stage early, and she later left the show and unfollowed all of her castmates on Instagram. Sutton reacted to the fallout from their friendship in an April 2025 chat with Briefing on Bravo. "I think we were all sort of in shock, but Garcelle is a very strong woman," the mom of three said about Garcelle's departure and subsequent social media moves. "And so she's going to make her decision and do what she's going to do. I just want her to live her best life and be happy." Does Sutton Stracke think her friendship with Garcelle Beauvais can be repaired? Though the ladies aren't in the best place at the moment, Sutton is optimistic that things will eventually work out between them. "I am hopeful," but Sutton said with a shrug to Us Weekly. She added, "I'm just hoping that Garcelle is good and happy and on the path that she wants to be on, which I know she is." As viewers saw on Season 14, Garcelle didn't feel supported by her bestie when she asked Kyle Richards questions about the nature of her friendship with Morgan Wade. Sutton Stracke reacts to Garcelle Beauvais' Instagram unfollowing. Once Part 3 of the reunion aired on April 15, Garcelle unfollowed Sutton and fellow diamond holders Kyle, Dorrit Kemsley, Erica Jane, and Bozoma St. John, though she does still follow friends Jennifer Tilly and Kathy Hilton. In a statement to Briefing on Bravo, Sutton said, "I can only imagine that she needs a clean break right now. I love her and am giving her the space she needs." She continued, "I know that she is going to move through this next chapter with grace and success." Sutton Stracke weighs in on Garcelle Beauvais' RHOB exit. Though things are now sour between Garcelle and Sutton, the Sutton concept owner was in full support when Garcelle announced her departure from RHOBH on March 25. "Friends forever," Sutton wrote in the caption an Instagram post featuring a photo of the two from Season 14 before referencing "I love Lucy." RHOBH, Lucy and Ethel. Why did Garcelle Beauvais leave RHOBH? After a difficult season, Garcelle confirmed her RHOBH departure in an Instagram statement on March 25. The actress said that she wanted to take a step back from the show so she could take on new career projects and be more present for her twins' final year of high school. "Jax and Jade Nalon's last year of high school is next year, and I want to be a part of that," she said in her statement, noting that Jade has been doing more modeling. "And Jade is starting a new career, and I want to be a part of that too." Her statement continued, "Secondly, I have the most exciting projects that I am developing, producing, and acting in. I can't tell you anything right now, but you'll know soon." A story of Sutton Stracke and Garcelle Beauvais' friendship breakup. The air in Beverly Hills carried a different weight that spring. Not the typical breeze that rustled palm trees or stirred the scent of jasmine through the manicured lawns of the 90,210, but the kind of heavy silence that follows when two friends stop speaking. Sutton Stracke sat alone in her Bel Air garden, a porcelain teacup balanced delicately between her fingers. Her Southern upbringing had taught her to keep her poise no matter the circumstance, but even she had to admit, her heart was a little broken. "I didn't see it coming," Sutton murmured to the orchids, her voice barely louder than the rustling of the leaves. "It had all started with laughter. The kind of laughter that erupts during late-night phone calls, on set between filming confessionals, or while passing notes under the table during tense dinners with the other housewives." That was Sutton and Garcelle. From the moment they joined The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in Season 10, their bond had been unexpected, electric. Where Sutton was Southern refinement and vintage couture, Garcelle was cool elegance, streetwise, and witty. Together, they were like a modern-day Lucy and Ethel, minus the candy factory. They had weathered drama, misunderstandings, wine throwing, and the chaos of reality TV side by side. So when it all fell apart during the season 14 reunion, Sutton felt like she'd been sucker punched by someone she didn't see coming. The first fracture. The reunion had started tense, but that was expected. What wasn't expected was how quickly Garcelle's warmth turned to ice. She was cold, distant, Sutton recalled during an April 2025 interview with Briefing on Bravo. Like she'd already made up her mind before she even sat down. Things came to a head when Garcelle, ever the fierce protector of her integrity, asked Kyle Richards a pointed question about her rumored relationship with country singer Morgan Wade. It wasn't the question that sparked the fire, it was Sutton's silence. Later, fans would dissect the moment endlessly. The slight purse of Sutton's lips, the way her eyes darted down, her hands fiddling with the hem of her dress. She didn't jump in, didn't back up Garcelle like she normally would have. "I froze," she admitted later. "I didn't know what to say. I wasn't prepared, and I didn't want to make things worse. But in trying to be neutral, I guess I became absent." For Garcelle, that absence cut deep. The fallout. After part 3 of the reunion aired on April 15, the unfollowings began. First Kyle, then Dorrit, Erica, Bozoma, and then Sutton. No message, no explanation. Just a sudden digital erasure from Garcelle's social media world. It was almost more painful than a direct confrontation. "I can only imagine she needs a clean break," Sutton said in a statement to Briefing on Bravo. "I love her and am giving her the space she needs." It was the truth. She did love her, like a sister, like family, and that kind of heartbreak doesn't come with a script, not even for reality TV. Ghosts in the feed. Sutton stared at her phone more than she'd admit. Garcelle's feed had once been filled with glimpses of their friendship, birthday brunches, red carpet events, wine tastings, silly behind-the-scenes clips. Now they were gone. In their place were photos of Garcelle's sons, her film projects, her travels. And not a single trace of Sutton. There were still the old photos on Sutton's own page, though. One in particular, taken during the filming of season 14, still lingered at the top. A picture of them laughing in matching sequin dresses under a caption that read, "RHOBs Lucy and Ethel. Friends forever." It felt like a cruel joke now. The truth behind the glam. Away from the cameras, Sutton was a mother of 3. She ran her boutique, the Sutton Concept, and immersed herself in fashion events and charity galas. But her personal life, once brightened by the quick texts and impromptu lunches with Garcelle, had lost a certain luster. They had shared real moments, not just made-for-TV ones. When Sutton's mother passed, Garcelle was the first to show up with flowers and hugs. When Garcelle's son got accepted to NYU, Sutton sent a personalized gift and cried with her over the phone. That wasn't fake. That wasn't scripted. It was real. Which made it all the more painful to realize that Garcelle had left not just the show, but also, seemingly her. "She's strong." "I think we were all sort of in shock," Sutton admitted in the April interview. "But Garcelle is a very strong woman, and so she's going to make her decision and do what she's going to do. I just want her to live her best life and be happy." There it was again. The phrase Sutton had repeated in every interview, every caption, "I just want her to be happy." It wasn't just a platitude. She meant it. She had watched Garcelle burn the candle at both ends, juggling motherhood, hosting duties, acting gigs, and the often soul-draining vortex of reality TV. If Garcelle needed to walk away from it all to protect her peace, then Sutton respected that. Even if it meant walking away from her too. The text that wasn't sent. In Sutton's drafts folder was a message she'd written a dozen times, revised 100, and never sent. "Garcelle, I miss you. I'm sorry for whatever I did that made you feel alone. I was never trying to hurt you. You mattered to me, not just on the show, but always. If there's a path back to each other, I hope we find it." She hovered over the send button more nights than she cared to count, but something always stopped her. Maybe it was pride, maybe it was fear. Or maybe it was simply the knowledge that some grifts don't heal on cue. Goodbye for now. On March 25, Garcelle posted her RHOBF exit announcement. She cited her son's final year of high school, new acting and producing projects, the need to be present. It made sense. It was Garcelle, ambitious, maternal, resilient. Sutton posted a supportive message. Friends forever, she captioned under a throwback photo, even as she stared at the irony. No response came, but that wasn't the point. The post wasn't for attention. It wasn't for Bravo fans. It was for her, a way to say goodbye, maybe, or a reminder that the door was still open. Hope, dressed in Dior. I am hopeful, Sutton said in a shrug to Us Weekly. I'm just hoping that Garcelle is good and happy and on the path she wants to be on, which I know she is. Maybe that's the only thing you can do after a friendship ends. Wish the other person well. Let them go with grace. Even if it stings. Even if you're left with questions. Even if it means watching someone you love from a distance. The silent season. Beverly Hills was quieter without Garcelle.